19 points from 21 at home this term if they could avenge a controversial 2-1 defeat away to Kilmarnock earlier in the season. Killie hadn't won at Tannadice since August 2002. United forced to replace the suspended Lee Wilkie and Barry Robson, so in came Gary Kenneth and Mark Kerr, with John Daly getting a first start after 6 months out and Willow Flood dropping to the bench. Kilmarnock brought Ian Flanagan and Craig Bryson into the side at the expense of Gibson and Hamill, who dropped to the bench. Killie with just one win in their last 7 matches. Your commentator, Archie McPherson.
Dodge was up, and it's there, another goal by the man who can't be stopped at the moment, Noah Hunt. Well taken there by Hunt. Now back to go. Could you construe this as poor defending? He was given time to bring it down. Well, you know, he really should have been pounced on. Hunt again. That's a decent ball. Couldn't get it in and saved it, snushed over. The final touch there by Jordan Robertson. Alan Coombe did it very well to start off with. Long ball again. Well enough picked up there by Daly, very powerful figure. Now Gomez, he'll let fly, and there was a touch again by Coombe, who's been outstanding. In the first 15 minutes of the game, he really has been the most significant player. Near post again and just over. Well done. Darren Dodds looked at it. I think he was caught between not knowing whether to go with foot or head. Fired in low, that's almost there. Beautiful effort there by Invincible. He had to duck, get low, and then try and scoop it up. Here's Ford. Still Ford, and again he overruns it. Invincible. Gibson, better play by Kilmarnock. Getting the passes together. He's outnumbered though. Will he get it across? Decent ball is in there. Oh, that's a brilliant save, but it just touched away. Gary Wells with a shot. And now that goalkeeper hasn't had all that much to do, but Jamatuski stretching away for it. It was hit ferociously. Just came off the back of the player. Well, Bjerben's onside. In he goes, Bjerben, penalty kick. Well, suddenly he cropped up there, and the linesman has come on here. He's indicated to the referee of another offence. A lot of angry men in there because of the award. It was a penalty. How the Kilmarnock defence allowed him to creep up like that. He was onside and then brought down. And Robertson has been sent off. Now that's for the incident that happened immediately after the penalty there. So the man who made the opening goal is up for a couple here now. Ah, great save. We give the credit to the goalkeeper. That was going in, and so it still remains 1-0. Really a gripping ending to this match. Played in and just past. Well now, I think that was wind assisted when it came across, and Fraser Wright coming up on it as he normally does, just got the touch. Oh, Hunt picked it up again. He's not covered. He's looking for support though. There it is. It's in. Urban in stoppage time. But oh dear, the defending. How on earth did Hunt get that latitude? Very much as Prince Urban when the penalty suddenly came along. And this time the Irishman kept his cool.
We've improved. Just about every week that we go out, we've had the odd hiccup, as in last week at Aberdeen, so it was important that we got back on track today. But we showed loads of energy again. We're more like ourselves, with some great performances, and yeah, I think it was a thoroughly merited one.
The players I've got are not going to win games on ability alone. We work in a certain market and bring us through, so that before you can get the opportunity to play, you must win the battle first and get possession of the ball and show hunger and a desire to do that, work off the ball. And right now I don't think that's happening. Now you might say because we've had injuries but they're coming back, and we should be, even the players that whoever's on the side should be working their socks off to compete and do the right things, and then you don't have to wait. If you do it for the off, you've got a better chance of winning games than trying to win games from being last week 2-0 down and 1-0 at half time this week.
Well, like Hibs, United also draw level with Rangers in second position on points anyway, if not on goal difference. And Andy, the home record is quite fantastic. Celtic also unbeaten at home, to be fair. That's in 5 games. United unbeaten in 7.
Yeah, I've saw them a couple of times this year, and there's a great energy about Craig's side there, and certainly in the midfield areas they get about the park, and Robertson as well has proved a handful. And at the back they've got a strong defensive base that they can actually go and defend from and go and win games.
Would you go along with what Jim Jeffries was saying about his players' limitations, Jim?
Yeah, I don't think it was just quite his players. I think the limitations of the club, the financial limitations. He knows that there's a certain market he can compete in, which is maybe a little bit less than a lot of the other SPL clubs. But they've done remarkably well, and every time you think they're maybe just going to hit a bad patch, they bounce back again. And I know Alan Johnson's back training again, and he's a very influential player for him. And they were a bit unlucky there because Gary Hay was toiling with injury rated towards the end of the game. So I still think that they'll be quite comfortably in the SPL this year.
Noel Hunt has just been named in the Republic of Ireland B squad to face Scotland B very shortly. And he weighed in, Andy, with the first goal after 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long throw. I didn't, just seeing it, I didn't think that Kilmarnock dealt very well throughout the game with high balls in. It's a flick on, but he has a good first touch and gets away from Gary Hay there. And it takes him anyway to the goal, and he pivots on it and gets it in.
Would it be wrong to say bad defending? Can we not just credit the striker?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones. It could come off a striker, it could come off a defender, a long throw, and it can get flicked on. I think it's big Darren Dodds actually gets a flick on. But if you're being really critical, you maybe say Gary Hay gets a little bit too tight to him and can't see the ball in the turn. But it's it's a good opportunist finish from Noel Hunt, and he's in a rich vein of form.
Dundee United have now had 7 red cards in the SPL this season. The 7th one, less than magnificent, happened on Saturday here against Kilmarnock. We can look at it again, Andy. There's absolutely no doubt about the penalty incident. It's what happens in the afters.
Yeah, I think that when he's went out, the goalkeepers gave him a barge, and he's ended up sort of chewing the grass a wee bit, and he's come up, and I think the red miss there. I don't know if he actually... He makes intent to go forward towards the player, but whether he catches him with his head or not, but just the sheer gesture.
Well, I think if you look at this now, he definitely pushes his head towards Alan Coombe, and his shoulder. I mean, I heard Craig Levine speaking yesterday, and he said he was told it was a push, and there was a lot of players around, so Craig probably hasn't seen it yet. But I think when you see it on TV, you have to say if you do put your head towards an opponent, then you're asking for a red card, and I don't think that he's got any complaint, Robertson, really.
Yeah, we almost forgot the penalty had been awarded. It was taken by Noel Hunt, looking for his second goal of the game, and a magnificent save, Andy.
Great. He's guessed the right way, but he's actually, it takes a really strong arm and hand there to get it up and actually get the ball away as well.
You think maybe Kilmarnock had a few minutes possibly to get an equaliser, but it was going to be Dundee United who made it 2-0 and secured all 3 points. And as you pointed out, Gary Hay toiling to get back. He was never going to, he can hardly break out of a canter there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I don't know whether they've used all the substitutes at that time, but Gary's obviously injured. He can't get back in behind. And probably Craig Levine's probably seen that and said to no, Hunt, will you go and play over there and play in behind them? But Hunt's got the awareness just to pick his teammate out, Prince Bowen, and he waits for him, timing his run, plays it in between the two players, and it's a nice easy tap in. And it's the perfect way to finish in the 90th minute if you can score then. And then Craig, as Andy's mentioned earlier on, solid at the back, another clean sheet, and a 2-goal victory, an excellent performance.
Yeah, and a great platform for Dundee United to build on after the